So guys, it is summertime and that means everyday carry videos flying around YouTube like there's no tomorrow, and I'm here for it. They are definitely among my favorite videos to watch. I love snooping around in people's bags and pockets to see what they carry with them on a daily basis. So I thought, why not make one of my own? And as I was listing all of the stuff that I'm currently carrying with me, I thought, that's a lot of orange, my dude. So yeah, I might as well go all out. Here's my everyday carry orange edition. Let's ramble.
Hold up, place go wild when I pull up. They all on me like it wants.
Hey, what is up guys? It's great to see you all again, and if you're new here, I'm Patrick and this is where I ramble about tech and other stuff. So before we get started, we did hit 100,000 subscribers here on the channel very recently, and I'm gonna get back to that later on in the video because I'm obviously super grateful and I wanted to give something back. So definitely stay tuned for that, but for now, let's check out this EDC. So the first thing you'll probably notice is this chunky boy, the Apple Watch Ultra, around my wrist. For me, this was definitely Apple's biggest W last year, easily their most exciting product. I've done a bunch of videos on it here on the channel in case you're interested in learning a bit more about it. But yeah, needless to say, this goes with me everywhere I go. It is attached to my arm after all. I use it to unlock my stuff from my computer to my car and even my front door. I like to use it for things like sleep tracking, which is where the bigger battery life on the Ultra really comes in handy. I love that I can use this to make calls in a pinch, and my favorite use case is definitely the fitness side of it, you know, keeping track of my calories and my workouts. I do like to switch watch bands on a pretty regular basis, but recently I've really been feeling this orange one by Nomad. I like the fabric ones and the stainless steel ones as well, but after a few days they all start to scratch and irritate me. I don't have that issue with the rubber bands. And this orange one is a very nice change from the relatively boring Midnight Ocean band that I usually wear. What makes this band even cooler is the fact that Nomad designed a whole series of accessories in this particular color, like this rugged case for my iPhone 14 Pro. Again, I like to switch things up, and that goes for phone cases as well. One of the perks of running a tech YouTube channel is that you do get sent quite a few cases by different brands. Most of them I give away, but the ones I do hang on to, I like to switch out every now and then, and this rugged case is perfect for the gym. I'm not someone who treats their phone with kid gloves, certainly not in the gym where it gets tossed around quite a bit, so a good screen protector and a case that can handle a few bumps is definitely a must. I probably don't need to explain why my phone is part of my everyday carry. My entire life is in this thing, and I'm sure you can relate. I've gone back and forth over the years between the iPhone Pro Max, the iPhone Pro, and even the Mini at some point, but I safely landed on the Pro, and I think I will stick with this size for the foreseeable future. The Pro Max is just a tad too big for me, especially because us Europeans like our skinny jeans, and I don't want to be walking around all day looking like I'm super happy to see you. The regular Pro slides in my pocket just fine, and the screen is plenty big for me. It has an amazing camera too, which I do use all the time, especially when I'm shooting on the go. Now, one of the main reasons I don't feel the need for the larger screen on the Pro Max is the fact that I carry my iPad mini with me pretty much every day. I wouldn't say it's with me all the time, but the second I decide to bring a bag with me, it's going in. Speaking of bags, this happens to be the only non-orange item today, and that is the sling bag by Peak Design. This is the 6-liter one, which is perfect to hold an iPad mini and a bunch of other accessories. I also have their 10-liter sling for those iPad Pro days, and their 20-liter everyday backpack for when I travel. I absolutely love Peak Design bags. They're not the cheapest bags out there, but the quality is just amazing. I've had these for years now, and they barely show anywhere at all. Now, currently, I'm not keeping my iPad mini in a case or a sleeve, as you can see, because the good people at OrbitKey, who I've been working with pretty much as long as I have this channel, sent me this really cool new product to try out. You probably know OrbitKey from their key organizers or their little desk organizers, but they just started this new campaign on Kickstarter, and I really like it. This thing is called the Compendium, and it's part of what they call their Work Duo. The other part of the Duo is a hybrid MacBook sleeve / desk mat, but I won't go into that too much right now. This Compendium is where it's at for me. Regulars to the channel know that I'm a fan of handwritten notes. Most of the time, I like to use my iPad mini for that with the Apple Pencil, but sometimes I like to just use pen and paper, and this little orange beast is ideal for that. On the right side, I keep a little booklet and a pen, and what's cool about this pen loop is that it's elastic, so if you want to keep a thicker pen in it, you just pull the strap out of the cover a bit more, allowing for a bigger opening, and once you stick in the pen, the excess slides back into the cover and forms a nice seal so your pen isn't going anywhere. Pretty nifty. The other side looks like it was literally made for the iPad mini. It fits like a glove. I leave the Apple Pencil on it, and when I'm done using it, I use this little latch system to close it. I usually buy zippered binders, but this latch thing is really growing on me. It's so quick and easy, and I like the way it snaps. Now, when I use my iPad mini for those handwritten notes, you already know I gotta slap a Paperlike screen protector on there. I don't know how some of you can write on the iPad without it. My handwriting gets even worse than it already is when I try to write on the bare glass. Way too slippery for me. Paperlike screen protectors have this texture that helps you give some resistance to your Apple Pencil, which makes it feel like you're actually writing on paper. And the added bonus of using a Paperlike is that it significantly reduces glare and fingerprints, which is something I'm definitely allergic to, and I have to get my orange little microfiber all the time. But with this matte screen protector on there, there's a lot less fingerprints. I should also mention that we're now at Paperlike version 2.1, I believe it is, and they really did a great job at reducing the grain that's caused by using a matte screen protector, to a point where you can't even tell the difference anymore. Thank you, Paperlike, for being such an awesome partner to the channel pretty much since the beginning. And guys, if you've been on the fence about trying one of these for yourself, I can highly recommend it. Links to everything down in the description. Now guys, before we move on to the next item, I did say in the beginning of the video that I wanted to give something back to say thank you. We have recently hit 100,000 subscribers, and this thing here came in the mail just a few days ago, and honestly, I still can't believe it. It's been such an intense ride since I uploaded my first video in April 2020, right at the beginning of the pandemic, and look at us now. And I do say us because a lot of you watching have been with me since the very early days, and I want to know that I really appreciate you. Now, I started this channel talking about the iPad Pro. Most of you guys know that I secretly, or maybe not so secretly, prefer my iPad Mini. The Mini is 100% my daily carry, and so I'm giving away my favorite iPad to one of you guys. Obviously not my iPad Mini, trust me, you don't want to know where that's been. No, I'll be giving away a brand spanking new iPad Mini 6, of course. All you have to do is make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment telling me why you want to win this thing, and make sure you follow me on Instagram, where I will announce the winner exactly 1 month from posting this video. Please don't reply to any WhatsApp messages or weird looking messages here on the channel. I promise you that is not me. They're scams. I will only announce this on Instagram and nowhere else, I promise you. Right, let's move on to the next item, and that is a very recent addition, the Benchmade Bugout Mini in orange. For the longest time, I've been using this cheap Smith & Wesson knife to do all my unboxings and stuff. Maybe I'm so European that I thought using a Smith & Wesson would somehow turn me into a cowboy, but no, let's be honest, it's a piece of junk. Now for this one, I really have to thank my guy, Marine X. I don't know if you know his channel, but 100% go check it out, after you finish this one, of course. No, but seriously, if you're into EDCs and you like knives, you're in for a treat. Anyway, this little bug out is just perfect for everything in and around the studio. It's super light, it handles so well, the blade is plenty sharp, and I really like the locking mechanism. And come on, it just looks sick. Anyway, this next item is part of what has become a little bit of an addiction, and I'm not just talking about the coffee it holds, but also about, well, this. Yeah, I have a bit of a problem. Man, I don't know what it is, but there's something about the build quality of these Yeti products that makes them so nice to use. This cup keeps my coffee hot for hours, with the lid on of course, and there's really no reason to take the lid off because it has this little magnetic slider, so you can just take a sip, slide it back on again, and it will keep it warm. And because it pops off, you can clean these really well. You know those lids that have the little slider permanently attached? They get super grimy after a while, and I think it's gross. Not these, I just take them apart, toss them in the dishwasher, and they come out as new. I love this orange color, as you can tell. This one travels back and forth with me in the car between our house and the studio. But I also have this big tumbler for my water and my ice. Oh, and these little ones. And guess what they're called? They're called Ramblers. I mean, come on. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it one of these, it really helps. Don't forget to sub to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.